G'day fellas and welcome to a casted game. Spawning in on the northeast side of the map, we've got the Viper with a pretty decent spawn here. And you might be wondering why I'm saying just the Viper. Well, that is because, ladies and gentlemen, we've got a very special guest today. Ladies and gentlemen, spawning on the southwest side of the map, in the color red, playing the French, it is the one, the only, Chad. And by God, is he handsome. Look at that, man. Look at that jawline. Look at that GIGACHAD. He is just all over the map right now. He is so cool. He doesn't even have a rank. That is how cool this guy is. He is ultra cool. All the ladies want to be with him. All the men want to be him. All the MBs want to be friends with him. Everyone wants to know Chad. But let's talk a little bit about how Chad is going to open up here. So it looks like he's playing the French. Going to be just playing it stock, standard, safe. Going up against the Mongols, though, it's always important to note that aggression may be the name of the game. Now, Chad, obviously, looking to fall back on this position with the second scout. Going to be losing out this sheep that he's caught, but that's a pretty standard thing to happen. At the same time, he's actually going to be looking to clean up the Mongol sheep at the back here. Viper actually spots him out, and can we just talk about what Viper's beautiful spawn is? This is just... Isn't this amazing? I mean, you've got a wood line, you've got a gold mine, you've got berries right next to your town center. The only thing that you could really change is the Uvu. If you had, like, the Uvu, like, slightly closer, maybe the Uvu here, then it would be okay. Well, not okay, but, like, then it would be amazing. Yeah, it's going to be a bit of a run to get, like, he's obviously got the pasture right here. I would just be packing it up at this point and then, like, bringing it out over here. I think that would be the best play. Double scout opening going to be happening for Chad. Now, Chad has spotted out the town center, hasn't actually spotted out the Uvu, so he doesn't know what Viper is up to, I think he's prepared, and I think that's the important thing. When you're playing up against the Mongols, I think it's incredibly important that you're aware of everything they're able to do, and you've got a plan in your head as to how you're going to counter it. And that's easier said than done, obviously, because when the plan, when the Mongol tower comes down and you're like, oh my God, there's a tower in my base, the plan gets thrown out the window along with the keyboard, and you're kind of stuck there, and you're thinking, okay, well, what was the plan? What was the plan, John? Someone wrote down the plan, and then you threw it out the window, and now we're here. So, for the French, what is the plan here? Because every civilization plays against the tower rush slightly differently. For the French, the way that they like to play it is School of Cavalry next to the town center. It's going to be important. It needs to be right next to the town center like this. Normally, you would have it so that the School of Cavalry is on this side of the town center or here. Sheep going down, unfortunate. And the reason why is so that the scouts, when they pop out, can just go into the town center directly. A lot of idle villagers right now for Chad. Chad doing the ultra Chad move of just being a total Chad and leaving his villagers go idle. What the fuck happened there? Did you just see that? They're all just standing. There was plenty of sheep to slaughter, and they're just like, no, we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. Has he just got one villager? He's got one... Yo, Chad. Yo, Chad, I got to be real with you, man. What's going on, dude? I'm a bit worried now. You got one villager on the landmark. Who is Chad? He doesn't have... Oh, no. Oh, we've got a ranking for him now. He's rank 131. Okay. All right, we're fine. I'm not sure if he's aware of the fact that he's only got one villager on his landmark. Normally in this situation, you'd want 3. But let's talk a little bit about how you would counter the Mongol aggression as the French, because there is a very easy, methodical way, or an easy way that was brought about by the Mister just before N4C. He came up with it. So essentially, this is the way that it works. The Mongol tower comes out. It probably hits somewhere on your gold. Maybe like right here. So now you can't gather gold. Ouch, that sucks. Next Mongol tower might be up a little bit more aggressive. Maybe on your wood line. Maybe like right here. And then the next Mongol tower, it's going to be over here on this side of the wood line because you're going to have moved down. But the good news is, by the time that third tower comes down, you're going to have archers out. And that's because you're in the feudal age. Now, in this position, I think Chad's finally realized that he only had one villager, so now he's going to put 5 on there instead. Going to be losing another herdable sheep, it seems unfortunate for Chad. And so what will then happen is that he will drop an archery range as soon as he ages up, and he will start training archers. He will get up to about 3 or 4 archers, and with those archers, he's then going to push out towards his enemy, who is expanding with towers, and he's going to be pushing the villager back. And he's also going to be looking to trade out any potential spears that come in. At the same time, he's using his School of Cavalry, and he's making scouts. And then what he's doing is he's building up his scout numbers, and then eventually he's going to have about 5 or 6 scouts, and he can use those to siege down the outposts. So that's the way that you counter the tower rush with the French. But obviously today, Chad's not going to need to do that because Viper has decided, I'm not going to do anything whatsoever with regard to that sort of early aggression. I'm just going to keep all of my pastures in my base. And you can see Chad actually like hanging out by the pastures, kind of being a bit annoying here. Maybe even potentially thinking about stealing sheep. So we'll have to see what he does. But now we've got over on the other side, Viper going to be going up with the deer stones. They're almost up. He's got 4 villages on gold as well. So he might be looking to think about a fast castle. Could also be going for upgrades. So we'll see whether he drops a Gur or not, or whether he just looks to add in. I would suspect against a French player, he's probably going to be looking to play with. I mean, he's got a number of options. He could go for Mangadai though. I wouldn't be surprised to see it. Archery range going to be coming down. So we'll see whether Viper looks to go for Mangadai. I would suspect that it's probably going to be the play here. I think that it's a pretty smart move up against the Knights. You can just basically kite them for days, and then you can use the Mangadai to actually go and raid the villages as well. So a very strong unit. But now you can see him falling back, just being so annoying. 1.82 movement speed. Viper doing a great job of just controlling the Khan, being really, really annoying here. And we can now see the Scout going to be trying to siege down the Uvu. But obviously, Viper's Khan just going to be there, chilling out, hanging out, having a good time, minding its own business. Not really. Slowly but steadily, those sheep making their way back to the town center as well. They're able to get back. I don't think that there's any real opportunity for them to be stolen as well. They're so close to the pastures. But now we'll check back in with Chad, see exactly what he's up to. Professional scouts. Let me enunciate that a bit better. Professional scouts coming in now for Chad. Mangadai going to be the name of the game here. So it looks like a second archery range going to be dropped down, as well as a blacksmith here for the Viper. And Viper, just look at this control coming out for Viper. Viper's Khan control is actually next level. Has he even taken a hit on this bad guy in like 5 minutes? You can see that the Mangadai now going to be coming out, applying pressure here. He wants to try and take out the Uvu. Not going to be successful. What is going on? Viper doing a classic little dance move right there. If you thought Viper's control of the Mangadai and the Khan was impressive, well, you ain't seen nothing yet, folks, because Chad is in for a real battle right now. Oh, my lord. We'll check back in over on Chad's side. That's a lot of villages on gold right now. Look at that. If you've ever wondered what does a castle age look like, that is what a castle age looks like. You are not gathering that much gold unless you're going somewhere, and then there are castles. That is for sure. But Knight's going to be coming back towards the town center. A little bit of delay before hitting that next stage, but obviously got the professional scouts through. No survival techniques, despite it being so cheap. What a cheap technology. I got to be honest with you guys. It's such a cheap technology. But now Knight's just hanging out on the gold mine. He knows that's where he's a little bit open, and now we've got the Khan beginning to move out. Archery rangers have made their way up towards the front. Double Mangadai going to be coming out. Viper loving these Mangadai plays. So we've actually seen Viper very successfully use the Mangadai recently, and we're going to continue to see it today, it seems, because Viper is heading towards the French base, and he is with serious business right now. He's got his suitcase out. He's got his business socks on, and he is really looking to get over there, look to apply some damage. Doesn't really see much at this stage. Obviously spots the mill on the berries, knows that it's highly likely professional scout has come out, or at least a wheelbarrow, but some sort of investment in the economy. And now steeled arrow coming through, +1 damage coming in for the Mangadai, and he's going to be looking to try and spot out some villagers, see what he can find as he loops around this tree line. We'll check in on the base of Viper, see what he's got in queue at the moment. Looks like more double Mangadais coming through. So also looking to extend out that outpost, and does spot out the forces of the enemy. He saw the gold mine as well, so saw all the villagers on the gold mine. He knows exactly what is up. And he's probably going to be thinking more about Castle Age himself now that he knows his enemy is going up to Castle Age. And look at the pastures coming out from Viper here as well. 4 pastures at the moment. Got the Gur down. Doesn't look like any upgrades have come through at this point in time. But now Viper, once again, going to be holding on the front line. Looks like an outpost going to be going down. And very smart move there from Chad. A very alpha move from Chad. But now we see this Knight gonna get picked up almost 100% here. You can see the Mangadai so effective against this unit. But a little bit of miss micro there. Don't be afraid to take a hit or two from the Royal Knights there, Viper. The Khan, he's a tanky boy. He can tank it up. Do not fear the attacks. But now we see more outposts being pushed out by Viper. So he's going to be thinking about the Castle Age shortly, I suspect. I say that, but he's got more Mangadai in queue right now. So, yeah, he is absolutely fine. And now picks up a Royal Knight for free. This Royal Knight has been rallied around this wood line. I think it's the second or third time it's come around on that position. Now he's finally managed to change it up. Landmark going to be going down. Guildhall at the back. He's got to be careful with that placement of the Guildhall. That's a little bit far away from the town center. I feel like I'm calling it out as it's about to happen. Viper now moving around the back of the base. This could be disaster striking right now. Viper really coming around. Oh, he spots out the landmark. He sees the villagers on it. Oh my gosh. I don't know. Like, the worst part is I make this mistake as well. Villagers now, they are getting pulled away from the Guildhall. You can see the town center is firing down upon them, but the knights do get called towards his position as well. He's going to be able to get some pretty decent trades in. The charge tries to happen. He manages to do the movement speed. He's going to be able to micro in and out here. First knight does go down. He's trying to get the Guildhall up. You can see Viper focusing down those villagers, at least trying to force them off to idle a bit of time. But beautiful micro coming out here from Chad. I definitely do think Chad's doing a pretty decent job in this position. And now we see those knights trying once again to connect with the Mangudai, but struggling, really having a lot of trouble against it. At the same time, it sounds like a wolf up towards the north has been found out. Viper, no! Viper, no! The villager goes down. Viper loses a villager. Chad reaches the castle age. Everything going wrong right now for Viper. He's really in a difficult position, like most women would be up against Chad. But I guess Viper, I mean, he's not a woman, but he is playing the Mongols, which is basically the same thing. I'm sorry to all my Mongol mains out there. I love you guys. I'm just kidding. You guys know I love you guys. I don't really. Stop playing Mongols. It's a disgusting civ. But now a little bit of a raid coming through. He's got enough room in here for 5 villagers, but going to need a little bit more. Now the Khan's going to be coming around with the Mangudai, looking to clean up villagers. 2 villagers do go down. 3 villagers do go down. He's taken out a fair bit. He's sitting on right now 40 villagers for Chad. 38 for Viper. So a little bit of a difference when it comes to the villager count. Back towards the base of Viper, though. Looks like another archery range. Oh my god, how many... Is Viper doing the Mangudai only challenge? Is this happening? You can see he's thinking about castle. He could actually do a Mangudai only challenge, and I think against France, you could totally do it. His control is definitely good enough to do it. Spots out the knights moving across the map as well. He's going to try and look to do damage in this position. Archer's doing a good job of holding him back at this point in time, but I feel like you can clean it up. So many villagers underneath the town center. He actually falls back to the straggler trees here because he knows how prone he is. Ideally, he'd love to have a wall in here, a wall over on this side, just to prevent these Mangudai raids from coming in. But now Knight's going to be falling in underneath the town center. These guys are veteran Royal Knights. They're not too scared of any town center. 5 armor on them as well. It looks like Step Redoubt going to be getting thrown down here by Viper as well. All of his villagers looking to evacuate up towards the north, be a little bit safer. Now we see those knights coming around. Villagers going to be diving inside the town center, and it's actually maxed out. It's sitting at 20 of 20. So Viper going to be trying his best to shotgun through these veteran Royal Knights, but you can see that he's really struggling. Going to be losing at least 5 villagers, so Viper trying his best to hold on right now. But at the same time, I really think, I feel like this is definitely... Like, obviously, it's a very good raid coming out right now from Chad, but at the same time, Chad just wants Viper to get out of his own base. He wants Viper to go back to his own base, go back to where he came from, so that he can actually, you know, start to stabilize. And now we see more professional scouts bringing back those hunts or bring back those carcasses, and you can see just how tanky these units are. Like, Viper's completely trying to focus down this veteran Royal Knight, 20 villagers in the town center, and it's doing 10 damage a volley. How is that even possible? I thought it did an extra arrow for every villager that was inside. Shouldn't it be at a minimum doing 20 damage? At a minimum, rather? Mangudai now finally moving back to defend the town center. All those villagers have been idle for so much time. Chad has done an absolutely amazing job of keeping Viper in his town center, all belled up. And now going to be looking to try and find a little bit of a difficult spot. Once again, villagers getting chased down. Viper sitting on 31 villagers right now. Chad actually pulling up a massive lead here. This could be a huge upset that we've got on our hands here today, ladies and gentlemen. A beautiful counterattack coming in from Chad, and this is exactly what I was talking about. Anybody named Chad, you got to be scared of them. They are just alpha males, and really, you got to be very careful around them, especially if you're a lady. They are. I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean that in a good way, because I tell you what, Chad's very handsome. Dangerously handsome. Watch out for Chad. He's a good-looking guy. But look how tanky these knights are. Like, I feel like on one hand I'm like, yeah, you know what, Viper? Like, Mangudai, it was a cool idea to go into. And then on the other hand, I'm like, Viper, you can't kill the Mangudai, dude. They're literally insane. You can't kill the Royal Knights. Like, the Mangudai are trying, but they're scratching them. Like, look at this dude. He's got +2. He's doing 2 damage a pop to the Royal Knight, dude. This is insane. This is absolutely insane. Viper now hits the castle age. Royal Knight going to be coming in. Once again, the Royal Knight just completely ignoring everything. He's like, all right, we'll see. We'll see. You can see what... This is an alpha move. Look at this. This is a total Chad Knight. He's like... He took down 2 villagers. He takes down two Mangudai as well. Viper finally gets up to the castle age, but like right now, Chad sitting on 52 villagers, Viper on 25 villagers, the poor guy. What a beautiful counterattack from Chad. Chad actually is pretty impressive. I'm going to be honest. I want to see Chad's statistics after this game because obviously he's rank 131, but I wouldn't be surprised if like this is Lucifron on a brand new account or Mister on a brand new account who is just like, oh, he's rank 131 only because he's played like 22 games and he's won every single one of them. Like, I really wouldn't be surprised if that is the kind of level of Chad that we're dealing with right here. But now, once again, you can see Viper tickling the Knights. Knights trying their best to chase down the enemy Mangudai, but Mangudai just going to be accelerating out of there, putting the accelerator down and nossing their way out, kiting with the best of their abilities. And we see the archers now going to be also starting to build up in numbers. And now Chad really looking to get out on the map. Looks like a sprinkled emplacement coming through for Viper. That's going to do a fair bit of damage here against Chad. So he's got to be careful not to push out in that direction. Mangudai looking to loop back around as well, down towards this gold mine potentially, which is quite prone. There's an outpost here, but only space for 5. Means there's 7 villagers potentially up for grabs there for Viper. So we'll see how he plays it as he does come in towards that position. Second outpost was going to go down. Does get scouted out by Chad. Uvu is depleted. And now these forces really starting to build up. Does Chad have improved siege engineering? Let's take a look. No, not yet. So siege engineering definitely going to be able to help him out in this position. I mean, he's just going to be able to sit underneath the town center all day. And look at Viper. He's actually dropping outposts on the town center. Mangudai at the same time going to be attacking the blacksmith because they've never seen a more important building in their lives. But now it looks like the outpost does manage to get up. Viper keeps a fair bit of units inside these. He's down to 31 I can't see any way Viper wins this. Viper is down 31 population to 80 population of his enemy. Chad just absolutely styling all over Viper right now. And look at him killing the sheep. No, not like this. He's slaughtering the sheep. No, Chad, don't do it. The ultimate sheep killer. Look at him. He's styling on Viper. He's literally just... He's shooting all the sheep in the... He's like, you know what? I'm going to kill your sheep. I'm going to kill every single one of your sheep. And he actually does it. Oh my god, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. The one thing that Viper's got going for him is this sprinkled emplacement on the outpost. Like that's really that's really it. Viper's got a couple Mangudai down towards the south here. A few more with the Khan running around, but you got to start feeling for the guy at this point. That counterattack was just so massive from Chad. Like, Chad is just looking insane at this point in time. Plenty of archers coming out as well. Chad looking incredibly strong. Manages to find out this second wood line. It's got a little bit more protectiveness on it. But look at all of the outposts that are coming up for Chad. He's got 3 on this, on that gold mine. 4 here. 5th one here. He's got outposts absolutely everywhere, just defending from all aspects, really providing a lot of line of sight, just so that he's always got the heads up on any potential raids, and at the same time continuing to attack towards the front. Khan going to be attacking. Mongol, Uvu, it is depleted, keep in mind, so it doesn't really matter that if it goes down or not, but Khan slowly but steadily, Khan going to be the only thing that can actually penetrate through the armor of the Royal Knight, it seems. Veteran Mangudai have actually got 10 attack against the 6 armor of the Royal Knight. So they do manage to do 4 damage, so it's not terrible. But now you can see that Royal Knight just getting absolutely peppered down is going to get killed. And he's killing more sheep. It is actually the sheep killer. Look at Chad. He's such an alpha Chad. I love the way that he's playing. And he's... look at him just kill all the sheep, dude. He's so... He hates sheep. This is Chad. And Chad hates sheep. Why you gotta do him like that, Chad? Why you gotta do him like that? Mangudai finally coming back to regroup. Viper looks to try and make some sort of comeback happen. He's on 26 villages at the moment. 27, call it, versus 59. So Viper now going to be heading over towards the enemy base. I mean, you know what? If there's a guy that can make a comeback like this happen, it is 100% Viper. But I don't know. I just feel like, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's just a very difficult position. Still those Mangudais yet to come back towards the base here. Finally going to be looking for a cleanup here. Khan taking a fair bit of damage. He manages to come back and now going to be looking to clean up all of these archers. All of them going to go down. I'm not sure exactly what Viper was so scared of, but now going to at least be able to control the narrative somewhat in his base. Town center moved away from the gold mine, so a little bit closer into the tree line to stop the villagers from returning the gold back towards that town center. But now these Mangudai moving across the map, you can see how fast they're going as well. And if Viper finds a wood line like this, he can just hit the attack speed arrow and he can fuck shit up. And that's exactly what he's going to do. Viper now comes through. Attack speed arrow going to be exactly what he does. He's standing still and he's popping down all of these villagers. You can see he's really focusing them down. All the villagers going to go down. He manages to do it. It's a outpost. No, the outpost does get up, but every single villager goes down on it. Chad now sitting on 53 villagers. Viper on 29. Is there a comeback in order? That is the question. Is Viper actually going to be able to turn this around despite being out-chatted so crazily? Back towards the base of Viper. Plenty of sheep still down for him. He's got 30 here despite being taken out. A lot of sheep by Chad. Chad obviously exercising his Chad power. Viper going to be looking down around the south side of the base, trying to make something happen. And going to be moving towards the position. You can see that he's going to have a little bit of trouble. Some units already anticipating Viper coming through. Not going to be able to get a run through like he wants to. He's taken out a couple of villagers there. So we have a look at the villager count. 31 versus 56. Still down about 25 villagers. And look at the size of the army from Chad now coming out. Chad doing absolute Chad things right here. Ideally for Chad, he needs to have a battering ram or two. If he can get some of the... Yep, okay. Nope, he didn't go for it. I thought he was going to go for siege engineering. I really feel like at this point in time, for Chad, the big thing is siege engineering. Obviously, you can kill villagers, you can idle, and that definitely works. But if you want to put the gun to the enemy's head, the best way to do it is with a battering ram. But speaking of battering ram now, we've got Chad underneath the town center looking to kill both villagers and sheep. We see that Viper going to be trying his best to hold on in this position. Mangudai moving away, kiting away from the battle. You can see them moving with that movement speed. Just so much damn speed coming out, but the archer's going to remain under the town center for the meantime. You can see the archery rangers have maintained or moved back towards the town center to provide a bit more of a position, but Viper now looking to try his best to clean up these knights, and you can see he's barely scratching them as he continues kiting away from them. Khan going to be looking to rejoin the battle as well, holding on to this position, but it's not looking pretty right now because, I mean, the main thing is that Viper is idle over in this base. 20 villagers sitting inside that town center, 5 inside that outpost. He is having absolute trouble now, continuing to kite away from the rest of these knights, still working down on them one by one. We see that Springwood outpost actually doing a fair bit of work, and now back towards the base of Viper. Sounds like he's still under attack in this position, and Chad kind of throwing away his army there. So if there's ever been a time for Viper to lift, it is now. Chad definitely looking like he might be caught in a bit of a difficult spot. 102 population for him. Never mind. Viper sitting on 41 population. Not even a single villager working right now. He's got 21 villagers that were idle. He's managed to drop a market down, so he's going to be looking to start doing a bit of gold mining. But now coming around, he's found the wood line. The wood line is going to go down. Viper finds the biggest raid in history. Look at the size of this raid coming through. They managed to make it back towards the outpost. 4 villagers inside it. He tries to actually take them out. Manages to take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 villagers out. Surely there was more than 5 villagers that Viper takes out there. He tries once again without success. He's sitting on 28 villagers versus the 55. Chad still looking incredibly strong. Honestly, can just ignore Viper's army and just push towards his base, and I think he's going to be fine. He's going to continue to be outgunned. And now we see the villagers getting pulled. Chad really going for the Chad move here. Going to be sieging down this outpost in the middle, bringing in the villagers to assist with it. And Viper once again getting pushed back from this position. We'll take a look from his perspective and see what the line of sight looks like. You can see he's got outposts in the stealth forests absolutely everywhere. Very smart moves from Viper to do this. Uvu up towards the north. Not a lot of units coming out of that, unfortunately, just yet. I like the Gur sitting on the berries, just very coolly, very calmly sitting on those berries. And now Mangudai, slowly but steadily, going to be coming back out onto the map. But Chad, once again, going to be moving towards the base of Viper. And Viper going to have to be defending this one. He's going to be bringing out the big kite. Do we see some potential outposts that get dropped down? You can see a lot of villagers are going to be coming out here. And whether he goes to potentially drop down to the outpost or whether he comes to siege, I guess is the question. But at this point in time, I mean, Chad is just looking so damn strong. I really wonder what those villagers are doing. Now they look like they're heading back towards the base. He's trying to find something to kill, but Chad just... unfortunately, failing to make ends meet. Down towards the south, you can see Viper continuing to evac. And I love the way that he's playing this, just kind of leaving the base here prone to the enemy. He's saying, you know what, you can take the base, I'll let you. But I guess the big thing is, obviously, Viper being idled up at the moment. He's got 25 villagers idle. He's only got 29 villagers, so that's the difficult position. He's managed to sneak out a couple over to the right side of the map. Probably going to be trying to hide villagers in the corner, but one of the things that Viper probably doesn't realize is that if you lose your landmarks, you lose the game. And now looks like a relic going to be coming back towards the base. I don't know how I feel about this one. He's going to be trying to make some magic work here. He's got the sheep here that he could potentially path through. Relic going to be coming up to what... All right, Relic. Viper, unfortunately, in that position does not look pretty. He's doing a bit of a raid back home. Manages to find a couple of villagers as the villagers look to evacuate off the wood line. Continues running down and doesn't find anything of importance. So very unfortunate for him. Meanwhile, in his own base, I mean, at this point, you've got Chad that really just brings it to a next level. This guy is the ultimate Chad. He has murdered sheeps. Now he is sieging down the town center with knights, and he is gathering up the berries of Viper in his own base with an outpost here as defensive measure. Still doesn't add the sprinkled in placement, but you can see the extent of Chad's outpost coverage. It's just beautiful stuff. He gets 5 inside the first outpost, second outpost, and Viper taps out. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. The one and only Viper going down to Chad. Chad doing incredible work there. Chad, I don't know who you are, mate, but I'm impressed. It's good stuff. Keep it up. Fellas, make sure you check out Golden League. I'll leave a link in the description. Thank you for watching.